Hey, what's up, guys? Me again, and this time it's not a Raw review. It's the SummerSlam pay-per-view review. And wow, it wasn't a letdown. It was not a letdown. First off, it ended up being one, two, three, four, five, six matches on the card. Uh, when the pay-per-view was originally going into the pay-per-view, Um, on Raw, they only announced that there was four. After SmackDown, they announced that Bryan and Barrett were going to go at it. And on the beginning of the pay-per-view, they announced that it was going to be a six-man tag match. And that match was with Rey Mysterio, John Morrison, and Kofi versus Miz, Truth, and Del Rio, which was a pretty good match. A lot of back and forth action. Rey didn't get a lot of time in the ring because his knee is still bothering him, which I'll get into a little bit later. Uh, but they did end up winning. Ray hit his finisher on Truth. Everybody did a nice little spot out of the ring. Morrison did his little 360 move onto Del Rio, and Kofi did his jump over the ropes onto the Miz. I'll tell you what, Kofi has impressed me in the ring with his little his moves off the ropes and stuff. He may not win a lot and may not be getting a lot of a push, but he's impressive. And the match wasn't a letdown. You know, usually six-man tag matches are kind of boring and everything, but this one was actually pretty good. After that, we had Mark Henry versus Sheamus. This match was definitely better than I thought. Um Mark Henry is getting a nice little push, so is Sheamus as a face. Um, they did a nice little spot outside of the ring where Mark Henry had Sheamus in a body slam. He was a body slam him, and he's body slammed him through the barricade and almost took out like the first row of fans, almost a security guard. It was great. Even if those guys were planted there for that particular spot, it was still funny as hell. And Mark Henry ended up winning by via countout. After he did that move to Sheamus, Sheamus wasn't able to get back into the ring in time. So I could definitely see them wrestling again. The feud is not over yet. I'm just curious what they're going to do with these two guys later down the road. Uh, After that was Kelly versus Beth Phoenix. And I usually do not talk about Diva matches. Usually I just say who wins. But this match was actually not too bad. I don't know if it was because it was Kelly and Beth Phoenix for a change and not Eve Torres and stuff like that. But this match was actually pretty good. I actually thought Beth Phoenix was gonna win, and she had Kelly up in her finisher, and she countered and rolled them up. Did a TNA, as I like to say, a TNA, and she rolled up Beth Phoenix for the win, and she retained her title. Uh, I see them wrestling again at Night of Champions for sure. It was actually not that bad of a match. I'm actually shocked that I'm saying that. After that was the Wade Barrett and Daniel Bryan, and that match was fantastic, great. Uh, Barrett needs a push, y'all, and if he's not wrestling the champion at the next pay-per-view, I'm gonna be extremely angry because this guy deserves it. He's throwing out good matches left and right ever since he's left the New Nexus or the Core, or whatever the hell they were called. Uh, he's been good. He's been good on the mic. I mean, just give this guy a chance. Give him a title run or something. Uh, it was a good match. Wade Barrett ended up winning. I guess they're gonna have Daniel Bryan lose a couple of matches and maybe gain momentum near WrestleMania. Uh, I'm not sure, but it was a good match. Those two guys put on a good match. Okay. After that was the World Championship match. I think it's the World Championship. Yeah. Christian versus Edge. I'm sorry, Christian versus Edge. Christian versus Randy Orton. At the beginning of the match, Christian came out, said that he had a big old surprise and that the big old surprise was Edge, and Edge is going to be in his corner. So then Edge comes down to a pretty good reaction. I bet he missed hearing that and feeling that every night. But he came down and told Christian that he was happy for him that he won the title, yada yada yada. But he will not be in his corner because he thinks that Christian, in his terms, has turned into a little crying bitch. So he leaves the ring. Christian's upset, of course, and Randy Orton comes down and begins the match. And this match was by far the match of the night. Match of the night by far. It was a good match, back and forth, told a really good story. Lot of good spots. Suplex off the ropes onto the ladder. Not when the ladder's standing, when it was laying down. That had to hurt. I mean, it just sounded like it hurt. A lot of kendo shots. Randy Orton was busted up on his mouth and in his thumb, and I believe on his arm as well. When he took that, he did an RKO on the Spanish announce table, which broke this time. It looked like he cut himself on the corner of the TV. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. Back and forth. In the match, Randy Orton sets up the stairs inside the ring. He's going to RKO Christian. Christian gets up, hits him with the kendo stick, and he was going to jump off the ropes and do, I don't know what he was going to do. He could have done anything. And Randy Orton caught him with the RKO on the stairs, which was a pretty good spot. It looked like both of them hurt each other. Randy Orton was grabbing the back of his head after the match. So he got the 1, 2, 3. And now it looks like that feud is over. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to have Barrett wrestle Orton at the next pay-per-view? Are they going to have Mark Henry, Sheamus? What are they going to do? It's up in the air now. Obviously, I don't know if Christian's out of the title run, but he's definitely not going to be winning the World Heavyweight Championship anytime soon. So, I don't know. That might get me to watch SmackDown just to see what the hell might go down. But yeah, it was a really good match. The next match, the main event, CM Punk versus John Cena, with Triple H as the special referee. This match was not as good as the one at Money in the Bank, of course, but it was still good. Triple H really didn't do too much in the ring, like as in being like, oh, is he for him or is he for him? There was one part where CM Punk jumped out of the ring onto Cena, and Triple H started to count, and he got to 9, and instead of doing a double count out, he got out of the ring and put both of them back in the ring. That's about as much as he did. Maybe near falls, the guys were saying, come on, how was that a 2 count? But anyways, CM Punk ends up doing his finisher on Cena. He pins Cena. Cena gets his foot on the rope. Triple H does not see it. He counts 1, 2, 3. CM Punk ends up winning. Everybody's going crazy, cheering. Yeah, yeah. Cena gets up, tells Triple H, I told you about no mistakes. He leaves the ring. Triple H is just like, what's going on? CM Punk is celebrating. Triple H walks over to CM Punk. I believe he congratulates him and puts out to shake his hand. CM Punk doesn't shake his hand. He goes up onto the top of the ropes, puts the belt up, and in comes Kevin Nash out of nowhere. I mean, who the hell and if anyone thought Kevin Nash would come back into the WWE in this way as well? He comes and hits him with a forearm to CM Punk's face, gets him up, jackknife power bombs him. Triple H is looking down, all shocked and saying what the fuck's going on? He starts to hurry back down to the ring. Kevin Nash runs back through the crowd, and Triple H is just standing there what the hell's going on? Then you see Del Rio in the background. Come down. The referee catches it in. Kicks CM Punk in the head. 1, 2, 3. And we have a new champion. Alberto Del Rio. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know, this could be going anyway. Anyway, I forgot to tell you earlier in the show, Stephanie McMahon was there, had a little interaction with CM Punk, which CM Punk buried her. Same thing with John Laurinaitis. So this could be anything. This storyline could be going anywhere. It could be John Laurinaitis brought in Kevin Nash. Stephanie McMahon brought Kevin Nash in. It's Del Rio. Did Del Rio, pay off Kevin Nash to do that for him? Is there something maybe Kevin Nash doesn't like about CM Punk? Maybe he doesn't like how he's been dogging his friend and his wife. This storyline can go anywhere, and that is what I'm liking about this. It was a good pay-per-view. Out of the 1 to 10 scale, I'd give it at least an 8, 8.5, the highest. It was just like, wow, what the fuck, dude? Like Kevin Nash, out of everybody, Kevin Nash. I didn't even see him coming out of the crowd. My friend who was watching the pay-per-view with me said, Kevin Nash, Kevin Nash. I'm like, what? And there he was, in the flesh, costing CM Punk his belt. So now we got to watch Raw to see what's going on, to see what's going to go down. We are going to have a title match on Raw. It'll be Del Rio versus Mysterio. I see Del Rio winning. I don't think we're going to see much of Mysterio for a little bit. He has bad knees. I'm sure he's going to be taking some time off. So that Fatal 4-Way thing at the Night of Champions that I thought that may happen probably won't. But maybe we'll see a triple threat. That could happen. I wonder what the Cena and Triple H, what's going to go down with them. The only bad things from SummerSlam, and there was 3 of them. Commercials? What the fuck are y'all having commercials for? No JR. Instead of JR, they put Booker T in there, and Booker T was so fucking annoying. Golly, man. He was just so annoying. Imagine JR calling Kevin Nash coming in and screwing CM Punk. Instead, we got Michael Cole and Booker T arguing 85% of the freaking pay-per-view. Booker T says, alright, I admit I like Booker T. He's funny sometimes, but he says the most dumbest things. And he did not need to be there above JR. It was good to see JR tweeting the whole night. That was pretty cool. But other than that, no Booker T next pay-per-view, please. That's about it, guys. That's my review. Please comment down below. Tell me what you thought about SummerSlam. Tell me where you think this storyline may go. Thanks for all the comments and the views of my videos. I definitely want to thank my friend from New York, SBR Storylines. He does storylines with SmackDown versus Raw. It's pretty good. He put my video on his page, which got me a pretty good amount of views. So I just wanted to say thank you for that, and thank you for everyone commenting and subscribing and watching my videos. I really do appreciate the feedback. Please like my video if you like it. Dislike if you don't. And subscribe, please. I'm almost there to 100, and that's going to be badass. So thank you. I'm definitely going to have a Raw review tomorrow. So let's hope Raw is pretty good, because we've had back-to-back good pay-per-views. And I just hope and pray that they keep coming with good pay-per-views, because in October I'm going to one. And I'm hoping that one will be as badass as these last 2. Oh, I forgot. When I was doing my little review, I showed you all the programs and the tickets and stuff. This is my WrestleMania ticket from last year, just in case maybe none of you guys believe me. You never know. But there's my ticket. Let's see if you can see it. I had floor seats. I was lucky enough to get floor seats. I did pay